just like talking to it. It's like a little person.
I feel like I want.
Does that make you feel some type of way? Yeah. What's your favorite flavor of toe?
Free toes.
After an 8-hour workday.
What?
Marinated?
8 hours? Who are you fucking talking to?
My feet.
She likes her.
I suck my own toe.
She likes her toes marinated
I thought she was talking about your toe.
I work 12 hours.
and well moist.
12 to 13 plus some days.
I've never sucked on your toe.
On your feet all day.
How harmful
what
do
I'm
you think?
saying.
You were the one weird about that. Never mind. Never mind. Nothing.
What? Weird about what?
Smelling toes
Yeah, that is weird.
for $100.
I would smell
For
somebody's
some
toes
random-
for
I would
Yeah,
smell
that
toes
makes
for
sense.
$100.
You're the only one that won't smell toes for
Jim.
$100.
I'd smell toes for $100.
You are trying to connect with the
were
wrong
smelling
person.
the toes. Don't distort this.
Oh, my bad.
For just 1
It
second.
was-
Oh, you're
Done.
getting your
Jim.
toes smelled.
Jim,
Yeah, I would.
somebody you've never met. Old ass man. Creepy ass man. Because no normal man.
5
wants to
minutes
smell
straight.
your random-
Oh, he wants to smell my feet?
5
For
minutes
10
straight.
No, you said 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Hey,
right?
3 hours if I'm getting
See?
paid. I can lay there.
Right?
You
You
wanna
don't
lick
have to
it?
do anything.
He's not
No,
going to
no,
that.
no, licking
no,
it
please
is
don't
extra. I will charge extra for somebody to lick my toes.
Right?
He's gonna
So
lick
the
it.
real
I would let him
scenario.
lick my toes.
Are people in strip clubs supposed to touch? No.
This ain't
Do
a strip
they?
club. They're paid.
Exactly, it's in your shady ass.
Hey, you want to talk
Room.
about distorting the story? I
This
never
is so
said that
funny.
they lick
where
their
your
toes.
feet are on display. And
I
it's
would
an
go to a
old-ass
hotel
man,
room for the record.
And it's
Comes
just
up in there,
smelling.
it's
It's
Take a
just
stranger
smelling.
to my
It's just
house,
smelling.
lick my
And he's
feet.
going to be like,
So,
Just smelling. No, he's not. No, there was no licking.
And I would
You
make
licked
him
your
pay
toes.
for the hotel
he
room.
licked your
Even me.
toes. If
What
and
even
pay
mean?
for the hotel
you
room.
needed $100, you could have reached out. You didn't have to have him lick your toes.
That's an extra charge.
That is an extra charge.
That's not even. He's talking about facts here, and he's got it all wrong.
I got facts.
No, you don't. Were you there?
I was there when
You really thought about it.
I was there.
I know you've really thought about it a whole lot since I told you about that.
I was there when you had.
It was a friend of mine, and you were wishing it was you.
I don't care who he was to you. The fact is, he licked your toes. Whether he was your friend or a random ass old man, a dude's tongue touched your toes.
How much?
I don't think that's ever happened.
How much?
How much would I? To let someone lick my toes?
Yeah.
For 10 minutes.
To lick
In
your
and
tongue
out?
for 10 minutes.
like a little magic
Like,
eight.
are they sticking their tongue in between
Yeah,
my
in
toes?
between. How?
Is there rules?
Are they sucking the
Your
toes?
Your toes and his tongue.
There's always
Are
rules.
they getting the dirt from under my toenails with their teeth?
That's actually like doing
That's not
the,
even a
that's
thing.
even doing a better job, right?
No,
You don't have to do it yourself.
That's not even a thing. Nobody is getting that.
You don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
like a
No,
cat song.
there's no toe licker that is licking toes that good.
You don't know.
You don't know.
To me,
I don't
to
think
me,
you. I don't think you've ever had the toe experience to be speaking on this.
Do you? Does any of us?
No.
What?
It sounds like you do.
It was
Where
so
were we talking
quiet
about?
when you said it. Does any
Okay,
of
Jen
us-
was out of the conversation. She wants to-
Jen,
What?
anybody licked your feet for 10 minutes?
10 minutes? No.
Has anybody licked your feet? Period.
I mean, they toes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what kind of licking?
Like sexual licking.
What do you mean? What
does
kind of
that even
licking?
mean?
I don't know. Maybe
They're
Like-
kissing on it.
Did they
So
like
innocent.
lollipop it? Did they lollipop it? Or did they like pickle it?
They didn't
They
pickle it.
sloppy top it. Got this.
Sloppy top it. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like the name.
That's
I like
good.
I
that.
like that name.
That's pickle it.
Okay, sure. If it makes you
lick
feel
a
better, they
pickle?
pickled it.
How
I
do
don't
you
know.
eat a pickle?
You don't lick a pickle. Why would you lick a pickle?
Wait, are you licking pickles now too?
What would your guys' last words be?
If I was innocent,
Would you say, I'm innocent, don't kill me?
I personally.
I would say something really angry. I'd just
What
be
if you were
really angry.
guilty?
I mean, I wouldn't ask for forgiveness.
I don't know what I would do, but somehow I would set my body up to the point where something like inconvenient happens after I die.
Oh, they do lethal injection now. It's like if you were in an electric chair, just your last
Gunpowder?
You know, your,
Take a laxative for your last meal.
your last meal should be like a cup of like unpopped popcorn. And just like when she electrocuted.
Oh my God, would that work?
You think it will come out your mouth like a popcorn machine?
Like just
Oh my gosh.
now I just need to know the science behind it if it can happen.
I don't know.
If people are catching fire,
Because electricity,
it's gonna
it
be
cooks
popping.
you.
Yeah,
It's
it
gonna be
cooks you.
popping.
I don't think so. Okay, so some
Just
last
watch it.
words I had to look up. I tried to look up for like funny ones. George Apple, 1928. During a robbery at a restaurant, he got into a struggle with a police officer and ended up shooting him. Apple managed to escape, but was caught because the police officer lay dying on the ground, managed to write down the license plate number of Apple's car. Apple was caught, convicted, and sentenced to electric chair. His last words, "Well, gentlemen, you're about to see a baked apple." Swear.
Mine would be, you're about to see a well done done. So clever.
I want to see which ones else you come up with. Okay, Jeffrey David Matthews, 1994. He broke into his uncle's house with a friend. Witnesses say he shot his uncle in the back of the head while his friend cut his aunt's throat. She survived. Jeffrey was convicted and sentenced to death by lethal injection. His last words, "I think the governor's phone is broken. He hadn't called yet."
You gotta hate the arrogant ones. You know, like
So there's a phone in the death chamber.
just for last second pardons.
Yes. Yep. And do they still call and double check it's okay? Because they
I
used
have
to
no
like call
idea.
and be like, "Are we good to go?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're good to go," and they hang up the phone.
I mean, that'd be nice to think they did. Like it'd be somebody would be like, I just hope. I hope I get the call.
Okay, Robert Charles Towley. His crime was 1991 and his death was 2011. Robert and a friend went to rob a 68-year-old man's house who previously loaned him money and hired him as a mechanic. Robert injected the man with battery acid, then strangled him to death. These men were caught. The friend that was there got a plea deal and was released from prison in 2001. Robert was convicted and sentenced to death by lethal injection.
How ironic.
I know. His last words, "I love my family, potato, potato, potato." That's it.
I mean, if you've got to say something, what year was this?
2011.
So social media is a thing, and you know that's going to get spread around. Somebody's gonna be like,
The crime was in 1991.
but still, when his last words
Yeah,
were,
potato, potato.
yeah. Why would you say that?
I don't know.
Just something weird to talk about, maybe.
You
You're
I
right.
don't know how.
Could be the way
No,
he
it could
said
be like
it.
that.
Yeah. What would be another way he would say it?
Well, like William Shatner, potato. Or you can do Christopher Walken. I don't know how to do that one, guys.
Potato.
Hold on. Hold on.
Potato.
It was a potato. I don't know.
Emphasis on that T.
Yes. If I die and somebody talks on the Ouija board saying potato, 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 it's me.
Okay, James French, 1966. He was hitchhiking and Frank Boone picked him up. James attacked Frank and killed him. James requested the death sentence, but the jury gave him life. James wrote several letters trying to get another trial so he could get the death sentence. They were never answered. Okay, in 1961, James took matters into his own hands and attacked his bunkmate, wrapped a towel around his neck, and strangled him. His plan worked, and he was sentenced to death by electric chair.
Well,
So,
gotta get it somehow, I guess.
James French, his last words. How's this for your headline? French fries. So stupid.
I love the dad jokes coming from this.
Okay, George Harris. The crime was in 1989. His death was in 2000. George won big playing craps. He took $500 of his winnings and bought 2 machine guns. He enlisted a man to hold onto the guns for safekeeping. When George went to retrieve the guns, the man's like, "I can't find them." So George shot him with a revolver, killing him. He was picked up later that night for a robbery. He was convicted and sentenced to death by lethal injection. His last words, "Somebody needs to kill my trial attorney." Okay. George Engel. This one's a little much. Okay. So after the Civil War, this was in 1887. After the Civil War, in the city of Chicago, there was a demand for better working conditions. The usual was slightly over 60 hours a week, 6 days a week. On May 1st, there was a massive strike in multiple states to go to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. On May 3rd, outside McCormick plant, a group of workers surged the gate to confront the men that were on strike. The police opened fire on the crowd, killing 6 people. After hearing about the massacre, George attended a meeting at Grievous Hall. This meeting turned into a conspiracy to bomb the Haymarket Square rally the next day to protest the massacre. The next day at Haymarket Square, the rally started peacefully until police marched into it to shut it down. A homemade bomb was thrown into the path of the advancing police, which exploded, killing an officer and wounded many policemen. Police opened up fire on the rally members, and it became a shootout. George was not at all at Haymarket Square, but instead playing cards at home. He was arrested the next day and charged with conspiracy in the bombing. A witness claimed George had arranged a plan to storm and dynamite the police stations and shoot policemen if trouble arises during the rally. He was convicted and sentenced to death by hanging. His last words: "Hooray for anarchy."
Okay, that checks out.
Okay, I got one more. Thomas J. Grasso. His crimes 1990 and 1991, and he was executed in 1995. On December 24th, he broke into an 87-year-old woman's home, strangled her with Christmas lights, and stole $8 from her purse, $4 in change, and her TV, which he sold for $125. 6 months later, after moving with his wife, he murdered an 81-year-old man, stole his Social Security check. Thomas was arrested and confessed 2 weeks later. He pled guilty and sentenced to death. His last meal was 2 dozen steamed mussels, 2 dozen steamed clams, double cheeseburger from Burger King, a half a dozen barbecue ribs, 2 strawberry milkshakes, a half-pound pumpkin pie with whipped cream, diced strawberries, and a can of SpaghettiOs with meatballs. His last words: "I did not get my SpaghettiOs. I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this."
Oh, that was that guy.
That was that guy.
Oh my goodness.
Those are my guys with the last words.
Who would order SpaghettiOs? That would get me so mad.
SpaghettiOs are so
They're
good.
delicious.
I don't like SpaghettiOs.
I love them.
That's why they're never in the house.
But for your last meal, he had mussels. You know what I mean?
He had mussels and clams,
and a Burger King.
double cheeseburger, half
I mean, I guess if you're going to get somewhere, it's double cheeseburger. Burger King's it.
barbecue ribs.
Yeah, like those, that makes sense.
Double cheeseburger for $5 guys. Double patty.
No, I want barbecue ribs.
I want pork ribs, yeah. I don't like beef ribs. The SpaghettiOs, that's gross.
Beef ribs.
I like spaghetti oops.
I don't like any of the canned pasta.
Alphabetti spaghetti's good too.
Alphabetti spaghetti.
Okay, well, I guess I say goodbye to my little people now.